NFL schedule release is today, so we went through and we tried to we put together the ideal Cardinals schedule, right?
Yeah.
We were aware of the other games around the league that have already kind of leaked out. We knew Dallas, Philadelphia. We know that's the opener on Thursday Night Football Week 1. But as a consensus, you and I put together the list, and we decided on Dallas as the Week 1 game. That would be ideal, right? Because you wanted... Well, I'll let you explain.
Yes.
You wanted to play a team that you know everybody's going to be paying attention.
Yeah, first of all, the Dallas Cowboys, the star. On the road, to me, once again, it gets your attention because they've got some names, of course. They're the Dallas Cowboys, and, I still believe that gets the attention of some of your players in the league when they play against Jared Jones and the Dallas Cowboys.
Don't dismiss any possibility. It's unlikely.
Right, but the thing that is likely, Jara, is the fact that the star will get the attention on the road, especially as to, getting your attention to get your intensity level up and at 'em. That's what you need. Get that intensity level high. And I think that would happen because of that. That's why I wanted that. I used to love that. Actually, in training camp, and the coach would be pointing to week 1 of the season, saying, we better be ready to go against these guys. You better be ready to go against these guys, and if you're not, we're in trouble. And everyone knew you were in trouble. And nobody wants to lose to the Dallas Cowboys.
So you're going to be on point right out of the gate.
Correct.
I didn't hate your logic. We switched away from what my pick would have been to go with yours of Dallas, okay? Now, it wasn't a prediction. We knew they can't play Dallas in the first week. It was just what would be the perfect schedule. We built the whole thing. I would say you could see it online, but I don't think we ever posted it, and I could post it today when the show's over if you want. The team I originally wanted, though, was the New Orleans Saints. The Cardinals are going to play them on the road this season. Go play New Orleans week 1. They don't have a quarterback right now. Now, that's not meant as a knock on Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shuck or whoever they're going to use at quarterback.
Yeah.
But in week 1, they're not going to have it. One of these guys may turn into a really good or great quarterback. Who knows? It's probably not going to be week 1. Well, Rick found a guy online, which makes it sound like it's not reputable, but I think this guy is fairly reputable.
Okay.
Who claims, and he's a Saints reporter, right, Rick? That's who. So he's
Saints reporter. Lots of followers that are legit.
Okay. Well, he claims that the Saints are opening with the Cardinals in week 1.
Okay.
To which I say, perfect.
Okay. So wait a minute right now. You're saying this guy actually works for the team? He's a Saints reporter?
No, he works for a website that covers the Saints.
Okay. Well, I think what you would say, Rick, is that there's a lot of people who have websites that say they cover the Saints. So I guess what I'm saying is this guy the official guy or not?
No, but
is he an official guy?
No, but he's followed by Adam Schefter, Darren Urban.
Derb follows him right there.
Field Yates.
Oh, okay. So now so a little bit of credibility maybe is
yes.
here. But once again, it's not absolute.
We're
not going there. We're not reporting that. Is that right?
No, the Saints haven't posted
We're speculating.
The Cardinals haven't posted it. The schedule doesn't come out till, 5 o'clock today? It's after the
5 o'clock
game.
yes.
Yeah,
So
but this is the way that it happens. All these
happens.
leaks come down, right? These leaks.
I would love that if it was the Saints. I mean, I'm not joking around. When we did this yesterday, that was my first choice for the first game because you get a road game out of the way.
Yes.
I did like your logic of, okay, you play a team like Dallas, it snaps you into you better be on point to start the season. And we saw that, I think, with the Cardinals last year against Buffalo. Buffalo's a better team than Dallas. Cardinals didn't win, but I felt like it kind of forced them to lock in. But, man, you play New Orleans in week 1, and they're going to be so much worse in theory than they will be in week 12 or whatever.
Yeah, and, once again, I thought the Dallas Cowboys, the reason why I wanted to start with them was the fact that I don't think they're going to be great. Not like they're a great team. I think they're going to be okay. And yet you're playing the Dallas Cowboys because people see the star and they think of the Dallas Cowboys and we're on the road and this is going to be a game in Texas and it's going to be tough. And I love all of that. It gets your attention. It helps you focus when you're in training camp. But having said this, okay, what if it is the New Orleans Saints right now? What if it is? I like the fact that this is a winnable game right out of the gate. It's a winnable game.
Winnable, and you better win it. Quite honestly, when you look at the Cardinals schedule, if you just look at their opponents, home and away, this should be one of your easiest games on paper. Stuff changes as the season goes, but at least in week one, you're playing a team that doesn't necessarily have a quarterback set. Now, it's a road game.
Right.
The last time the Cardinals won their first game of the season, Wolf, was the Chandler Jones 4-sack game against the Titans.
Yeah.
That's a little while ago. That's win the opener.
That is. Yeah. Once again, though, week one in the NFL, Basinonians, it is the craziest week of the season as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Week one of the NFL. You see a lot more upsets in week one than you're ever going to see. Teams that you thought were going to be good, they come out and they lay an egg in week one. And then suddenly they get better as the season unfolds. Week one is really a crapshoot for the most part in the NFL right now. So having said that, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But the Saints, I think we all expect them to struggle a little bit.
That's
okay?
why when you and I were talking through this yesterday and trying to put together the whole schedule, it's ultimately why I relented to what you were saying of put somebody better in week one. Probably the best case scenario is to get New Orleans in week two. Play the Rams in week one when they're not totally locked in yet either, right? And then get New Orleans in week two. Okay, you kind of got your feet under you and you just go out there and in theory you destroy New Orleans.
So what do the New Orleans Saints like to do, Basinonians? What do they like to do offensively? They like to line up. They like to run the ball. That's what they like to do. And Alvin Kamara is really, really good in terms of running the ball.
He is.
He's one of my favorite backs. I love him. He's a guy that is a big play threat from time to time. I think he is very underrated. Alvin Kamara, I love the way he runs the ball as well. He's not hyper physical, but he's not also a very big guy. So he's got to be careful about how many hits he takes. And he has been injured in the past few years. Having said all of that, they run the ball really, really well. Isn't it going to be interesting to see if the Arizona Cardinals rush defense is going to come out and shut him down early? And we look at that box right now with that defensive line for the Arizona Cardinals. It's much more equipped to do just that.
So the idea that you play the Saints in week one it's not just, this is, what's the name, Rick? Nick Underhill is the one who has it out there. And it's not like he's like tweeting out the entire Saints schedule. He just has the Saints open their season at home against the Cardinals. The only other thing he has on there on X is the Saints play the Broncos week 3 of the preseason at home. I feel like everybody plays the Broncos week 3 of the preseason every year.
Yeah, it's weird.
This is Pat McAfee and Ian Rappaport from the Pat McAfee show yesterday because, every team puts out their schedule release video. I don't know what the Cardinals schedule release video is, but this has become kind of a competitive thing, right, between all 32 teams in the league. And you see, this is where the NFL is so genius with their marketing.
Oh, man.
You could sit there and watch all 32 NFL schedule release videos today, and you're going to be entertained, and there's going to be 4 or 5 that really stand out. According to Pat McAfee and Ian Rappaport, one of those that stands out is going to be the Cardinals.
I just got a text on this topic from a pretty good source. Hearing Cardinals digital team has a banger of a schedule release this year.
Okay, that'd be good news for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Cardinals potentially kind of changing the way you think about them. With the moves that they made, they get Calais, they bring Calais Campbell back. I think that's a big deal. I think a lot of people in Miami were pretty bummed out about that.
Yep.
But you talk about the coaching staff, the video, you could kind of change an image with how this whole thing goes.
Yeah,
So
what's the line of scrimmage? The line of scrimmage has changed. It has been altered by Monty Ossenford, of course, and this team. The line of scrimmage. Think about this. I'll leave you with this, Basinonians. If, in fact, they are going to play the New Orleans Saints in week 1 of the season, the Saints were number 31 in rushing yards per game allowed and number 31 in rushing yards per play allowed. You can still hear the screaming of the lambs. Can you not, Clarice?
I like that we have leaks about the schedule releases now. Because now I've been trying to figure out for the last 24 hours what's going to make their schedule release a banger of a video. I've got some ideas. I don't know. We got to see it. We got to see if it actually is.
Wolf, are you involved?
I was just going to say, Rick, do you think Wolf's in it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no way.
We're all staring at Wolf right now.
No
to see
way,
if
man.
he's-
Are you kidding me? No, I'm not in the thing.
He's not giving me eye contact, so I'm
I'm
wondering.
not in it. So knock it off.
like a 3-minute.
You know I
Pantera
do
call
love
out.
eye contact, though. You know that, Rick. I love that.
A 3-minute Pantera call out as the schedule release. That would be my suggestion for next year. Cardinals. I haven't seen this year's yet.
Well,
but that would be
Wolf's
good.
been at work, so that didn't happen.
That's true. He's been here.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.